Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play Speed and Scream VR. Speed and Scream VR is a VR roller coaster game on the Steam store for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It normally retails for $4.99, but I got this on sale for $2.49, and I'm actually going to give a bifurcated review for this game. If you are a VR roller coaster fan, then I do recommend this game. I do think this game is better than your average VR roller coaster. And for those of you who are VR coaster fans, I think you'll enjoy this. For non-VR coaster fans, I'm only giving a neutral recommendation. Buy on deep sale. And I'd say, unless you like some roller coasters, you've liked a roller coaster in the past, as far as VR experience, I don't think you'd enjoy this. So I would give it a pass if you're not a VR coaster fan and you haven't at least enjoyed some VR coaster experiences. Other than that, if you did enjoy some VR coaster experiences, then I would say buy this on deep sale only, and I'll give it a neutral recommendation for those of you that are not big VR coaster fans. Now, one of the reasons I don't recommend it for VR non-coaster fans is just because you may have noticed there's no sound of you going on the tracks. In fact, the only sound is you when you jump and you land on the track. That's the only sound so far that we've had from this experience. The actual world itself is actually quite artistic, and I do like the art design from this particular coaster map. There are 4 different experiences in Speed and Scream VR, so this is one of them. And as far as the experiences, I would say this is very well created as far as imagination, as far as thought put into the world, but it is pretty static. So in other words, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. I think you saw some lasers there, and some of the crystals were rotating. But it's not until we get to the end that we really get to see anything really going on. And there you see we're going to like hyperspace, and we're seeing a bunch of colored stars. Probably going to warp drive right now. That's pretty cool. Our actual coaster itself was actually pretty nice. So let's go ahead and go to the second ride. So let's return to menu from Speed and Scream. Like I said, there's 4 rides. They're each about the same length, which is about, I don't know, somewhere around 3 minutes each. Let's go to the second ride. I believe this is the shortest ride. This is like an industrial abandoned area, maybe with nuclear fallout is what it looks like. Definitely this ride is a little bit more intense than the last one, although it doesn't have as many jumps. But just some of the twists and turns are more intense, and one of the jumps is definitely more intense. So as you can see, there's some more stuff going on with the leaks coming from the pipes. And there's just some more sounds like of the factory and whatnot. And here's the first time we actually heard some sounds of being on the track. If you listen closely, you can actually hear our coaster being on the track. And obviously we hear the wind. And yeah, so there's a lot more animations, a lot more stuff going on in this world. So it doesn't feel as static as the last one. And it looks like higher textures were put into this world. I don't know, it just looks a lot better than the prior one. Although the other one was more artistic, so, you know. So this is the jump that I was talking about. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. It was pretty well thought out there. And unfortunately, that's the end of our ride. So it did end pretty quick. I think this is the shortest ride. So let's go to the next ride. And I think the last ride is actually the longest ride.
Choose your ride.
So now we're going to Bloody Mist, which is like a giant red planet. Kind of looks like Mars, only I think it's a little bit bigger. It's definitely not Mars though. So it's just a giant red planet, and to me this is the most beautiful one, although it's also the most disappointing one because nothing really happens and you're expecting something cool to happen, but it never does. But I enjoyed the visuals the most. This is definitely the most inventive one. And I think the visuals here are the best out of all the 4 experiences of Speed and Scream VR. Very cool. I like the red planet mood this experience has with the bones and the graveyard, the cemetery, the bells ringing. Even the way the trees were modeled. Those look like original assets to me. I've never seen trees in another VR program that look quite like that. So here you're expecting something really cool to happen, and it looks pretty good, but nothing happens. So that's what I'm saying. Some of this is pretty disappointing. We see a bunch of spiders, but they just crawl around and nothing ever happens from that. But it is cool. Not gonna lie, I really like the visuals here. The lighting is really good. I'm surprised how good it looks being so much red all around. It looks really nice. I like the atmosphere. I like the ambiance. I like the mood. And you can tell whoever the developer was really enjoyed this world, because this is the slowest coaster. You can tell he or she wants to show off this world. So we're going a lot slower than the other rides. And actually the coaster that we're on is pretty cool. I'll show it at the end. And we're actually at the end of the ride, so yeah, I expected more to happen. So let me show you this VR coaster. It's probably the coolest one ever. It's like a coffin hot rod. That's pretty cool, right? So yeah, there's a lot of cool things about this world. It's just the ride itself was kind of not the best, and I could think a lot more could have happened along the way. So let's do the last ride. The last ride I think is the worst one, unfortunately. And this one's just about speed, really. You just go faster and faster. That's the theme of the ride. You're on the moon, Earth's moon. So you start out pretty slow, and then you eventually pick up speed along the way. Every time you go through these hoops, you go faster and faster. The crystals here don't make a lot of sense since this is the moon, but then again, neither does the coaster track make any sense on the moon, so we're just gonna go with it. I do like the way you can see the streaks on the windshield there. That looks pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it in the desktop, but when you're looking at the sun and you see the light coming in, you can see the streaks on the windshield for this coaster. That looks pretty good on the glass windshield there. So it does give you the illusion there's a glass windshield in front of you. That's a pretty nice touch. Now obviously you can see your speed, and you go slower down up the inclines, and once you go down the inclines you pick up speed again. And the Earth model over there looks really good. The music itself, it was just okay for me. It wasn't annoying, but it also doesn't stand out to me in any way. The visuals were par for the course for VR coaster rides. Unfortunately, as you know, most VR coasters just aren't very good, so the visuals are pretty average. And the rides themselves, you know, they do vary as far as different themes and different configurations, so that's good. I do wish that at least one of them did have more thrilling aspects, like loop-de-loops, more twists, more turns, but overall I would say they were pretty good, and definitely for us VR coaster fans, I do recommend it. I give it a 6 out of 10 for VR coaster fans, but for everyone else, like I said, a neutral recommendation, a 5 out of 10. So we still have a few more laps to go. And we just go faster and faster each time. I've probably been on all of these rides. I think I'm going to go now like on my 4th or 5th time around each of these rides. So after this review, I'm probably going to delete the game just because I think I've had enough of these rides. I think I got all my money's worth. So I probably spent an hour in the game, so that's not bad for a VR coaster. So I definitely got my $249 worth on this game. And I definitely did enjoy the rides, but this being my 5th or 6th time around, I'm kind of more of a humdrum affair. Especially on this one, it's kind of ending on a low note, because this is, again, in my opinion, my least favorite ride. Because it does take a while to pick up. It takes, like even right now, I think we're going pretty slow. So I think there's too much build-up here and not enough payoff. Now, as you can tell, you cannot see your body or your motion controllers during the game. But you can use your Y or B button to pause the game and then trigger to go back to the main menu. And when you're starting the roller coaster, you press trigger to actually start the coaster ride. I do think you get pretty good value for this one, given that there's 4 different coasters for the $4.99 price, but definitely, if you're not a big coaster fan, definitely get it on sale. And only if you've liked some VR coasters in the past. I think we have 2 more laps now, so we're getting close towards the end. And unfortunately, it's not until now that I finally get that sense of speed right now. So for me, this is barely starting to get interesting here on this last lap that we're doing. Kind of wish it went even faster. Kind of wish it went for at least a few more laps, or now finally we're getting interesting. I want to even go even faster. But okay, so this is the last lap here. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. The last one was not the last lap. So yeah, at least I got one good lap at the speed that I like. So yeah, I can go even faster. And that's it. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Reviews. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.